With the first pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Jameis Winston.
Been done. The Tampa Bay
Every
Buccaneers
year,
have
thousands of
selected
athletes leave college with the hopes of hearing their names being called in the NFL Draft. So many players with amazing talent go unnoticed, and Dileel Bartley was no exception.
But at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on the money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'm leaning like I'm on the field for the Hennies. I thought I said I'm a credentials. They didn't know me once, so I left from with wishes. You know it's that drop when you drain and can't flip it. I'm living big, that's why I got on Luke ain't money. Mama, I'm snow hustling. Dope, I have great like grandma.
Dileel was very driven.
Like at 45, 50-yard line. Dileel Bartley.
He just needed his time to shine.
He was the type of young man that wanted to continue to learn.
The back cut lane, 30, 25, second level, 20-yard line. Dileel Bartley. It's down to the 15.
Our story starts at the beginning, growing up in the city of Rochester, New York.
You know, it was rough raising 4 kids by myself after, his father was deported. He was young when that happened. So I raised him the best way I knew how to.
Growing up in Rochester, it was crazy. It was real tough. I was exposed to so much.
We spent a lot of time playing ball outside. It was like the only thing we could do that seemed safe. Because growing up, we lost a lot of our friends to going to jail or losing their lives to the streets.
All he wanted was a football in his hand. Birthdays, Christmas, holidays. I tried to buy him trucks, planes, cars. He never wanted it. All day, every day, he'll run in the hallway with his football in his hand, saying, I'm in the Smith, I'm in the Smith. Mom, play football with me, try to tackle me.
My mom, she tried her best to keep me and my siblings away from drugs and violence, but at the same time, she wasn't able to do the same thing for herself.
On July 7, 2006, things took a turn for the worse. Deanna Durden, Dileel's mother, was home with her newborn daughter when she was shot twice in the face during a home invasion robbery on the west side of Rochester.
Investigation is currently being conducted by the Major Crimes Unit, and that's where we stand at this point.
I showed up to the scene a couple hours later on the school bus. I had no idea what was going on. All I seen was news reporters and yellow tape everywhere. I got off the bus and the police officer came up to me and asked me, was I Dileel Bartley, the son of Deanna Durden? And I said yes. And he told me that my mother was just shot twice in the face. And after he told me that, the only thing I thought was my mother's dead.
I can remember one day he came to me and was like, Mom, I'm gonna just focus on football. You've been through so much in your life, Mom. You done raised us, you almost lost your life, so I want to repay you back, I'm gonna be a football player, Mom. I'm going to the NFL, that's what he was saying.
Dileel is very competitive. If he hated to lose. Ever since we was young, you can see the passion that he had for football.
Football is everything to me. It's my release. It's my escape. It's my only way of getting my family out of harm's way. It's the only way I know to put my family into a better place, to create a better life for them.
To be honest with you, we needed a running back. Okay, and as we got to shopping around the country to try to find out, who we could possibly bring in that would allow us to have some success, all of a sudden we saw this great-looking young man out there from Alfred State that I tell you what, that could flat play the game. And he was a big-bodied young man, had a really high upside, we felt like, and we just felt really blessed to have the opportunity for him to talk to us, and then all of a sudden for us to be able to get him here was just a true honor.
I was recruiting Dileel, Sampson, McKinney, and Del Rosario.
I've been playing with Dileel for the past 4 years. We started our careers off in Alfred State and then transferred to Grayson University. And I gotta say, watching this dude evolve as a football player has been a pleasure to watch. And he's even made me try to elevate my game because of watching him work and his work ethic.
Right away, after watching the highlight film on Dileel, I knew what he could do as a football player. I knew he was a good kid. Talking with him, talked with his mother over the phone also a little bit. Great kid, kind of shy at first, but as soon as we started communicating, we talked, and we gave him the offer. He was 100% with Grayson. He's been 100% ever since.
He's like, yeah, Mom, I got a scholarship to Iowa. I'm like, Iowa, where's that? Why so far away?
Yeah, coming to Iowa, I would say is really different from New York. It actually has been a good experience. It's less distractions, and the people around here, you know, are really friendly. So that's something that you can definitely get used to.
Dileel had to overcome the depth chart.
Anytime somebody comes in, they have to earn their spot, okay? And it wasn't anything different for Dileel. You know, the old saying goes, though, cream always rises to the top. And it didn't take long really to see that there was something special with Dileel. Dileel had that extra gear. He had the ability to get to the second level like he was shot out of a cannon, make one move, and then put on the afterburners.
The kid never once questioned his ability. You know, he never once questioned, should he be here, should he quit because he's not getting his love. Just came to work every day, packed his lunch pail, just came to work.
We were down on the goal line, down here on the north end of our home field. It's going to be his show. It was 4th and 1. We had to get the ball in the end zone. We needed the touchdown, and we had called timeout. We brought him over, and I just looked at him and said, Dileel, this is going to be your ball. Okay, you're going to have to get in the end zone. He looked at me and gave me that little smile like he always does, and lo and behold, his number was called. He got hit behind the line of scrimmage about 2 yards back. Spun off of it, but then kept his legs driving and carried 3 guys into the end zone. I think that right there was a turning point as far as Dileel was concerned and what he could do and accomplish when he set his mind to it.
We gave Dileel his opportunity. Now, up to week 3, there was never a question of his work ethic. Kid was always coming out to work. He'd always bust his butt. Would stay after practice, be out there earlier. He'd always put in the work in the weight room. Was one of our stronger backs, one of our stronger guys on the team.
What people fail to realize is chasing this dream, you got to sacrifice everything. You got to be willing to go out and get what you feel as if you deserve. Because at the end of the day, it's 1,000 athletes just like you trying to get to the same spot you're trying to get to. But you got to realize, what are you doing to separate yourself from everybody else? And that's what I had to realize. And once I realized that, that's when the grind came in. I work out every day, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, because I want to always outwork the next man. It's 1 million running backs, just like me.
Having the flu since Wednesday, but still gotta find a way to get inside here, no matter how bad I'm feeling. Can't take no days off. That's what I'm in here trying to do.
Coming out of high school, I wasn't highly recruited, but did I let that get to me? Nah. I use that as motivation. Still to this day, there's people out there that think I won't make it to the NFL. But do I let that stop me from doing what I gotta do to get to where I wanna be? No, because where I come from, I'm not even supposed to be alive right now. I shouldn't even be in front of these cameras to share my story with y'all. But I've been beating the odds all my life.
God put this in you. So this is the gift he gave you. So you're taking